Smith, Steven, I'm glad you're here. I heard you had a vulture incident. You were able to.
Well, I wasn't there.
You weren't there?
I wasn't there.
Okay.
But evidently, the people in Bristol aren't the only ones that miss me. You know, what's it? A turkey vulture. They miss me too. That's the only thing I can take from it. But it was crazy. Thank God I wasn't there. Lord knows what I would have done. They came busting through my window. You'd have saw me turn into a straight punk.
Taking out the vulture?
No, I'd have ran.
You ran?
I'd have ran. No way in hell I'd have stayed in that office.
So you have some of the most quotable moments in sports history. Stay off the weed, Lamar Odom's on crack. Do you come up with that stuff on the spot, or is that pre-planned in show prep?
Nothing's pre-planned in that regard. I say what I mean what I say, and you know, it comes to mind. And I'm not going to always be correct. I'm not going to always be on point. But you know, part of what we do is like when I was a beat writer, so you're reporting, and in the process of reporting, you're also talking about it with editors beforehand. After you acquire the information, you write, you sit down, you research, you do your reporting, you go and you write it, and after that, editors look at it, and all of a sudden it gets into a newspaper. Television is a lot different. You might go through the same process to some degree as it pertains to reporting, but when you're commentating and you're pontificating about a lot of different things, you're speaking extemporaneously. And I'm on the air 20 live hours a week minimum.
Right.
And so, you know, to me, I just believe that if you're watching me, it's a matter of being able to trust that the person means what they say. And that they're going to be as honest and authentic as they could possibly be. And that's the way I approach it, and that's how I go about the business of doing my job. You know, I know that I've already established and accomplished myself as a journalist, but as a pundit and a commentator, you know, you have so many people that go on the airwaves and they're petrified of being wrong. And I'm like, that's stupid, because you're not the one reporting. If I'm Adrian Wojnarowski, because I did what he does now as an NBA insider, I was doing that years ago. Adam Schefter, I was doing that years ago. But now they're doing it. So yeah, they have to be on point because everything they do is about information. Mine is about opinion. So because I've gotten to a point where I'm expressing the opinion, my obligation is to do my homework, to know as much as I could possibly know, and then turn around and tell you what I'm thinking, what I feel, or what I believe from my heart.
Right.
That's my job, and that's what I do. And so when you have that kind of and you take that kind of approach to it, I don't understand for the life of me how people who do what I do are always scared.
Right.
I really don't. Well, are you scared somebody's going to disagree with you? Well, then get out the business, because that doesn't make any sense.
You had someone who disagreed with you for a long time, Skip Bayless, and then you moved over to Max Kellerman on First Take. What was it like with that transition as new co-host, finding that chemistry again, like we talked about, being on the air, being live?
Well, it's difficult, and it's still difficult to this very day, but that's no knock against Max. Max is a brilliant brother, very well-read, highly intellectual, and he comes at things from a very analytical and a cerebral perspective. For me, it's a combination of that. It's a knowledge of sports. It's being a reporter, understanding the nuances of what goes on in the locker room, on a bench, or during a game, or whatever the case may be. And then there is the element of having never, ever, ever worked with Max in my life. And even though I respected the hell out of him from afar, I never worked with him. You got to compare that to Skip Bayless and I, who've been friends for over 20 years. You know, before we started, we've been friends for over 25 years now. But Skip and I go back a very, very, very long ways. And when we say we're brothers from another mother, we truly mean that. When I go out to LA, you know, I always see him. We always meet and have dinner together. We always, you know, we meet around once a month or something because we're tight, and it has nothing to do with work. We're just friends and brothers like that. And so when you have that kind of chemistry, particularly when you're polar opposites in so many different ways, but you love each other nevertheless, you can't buy that kind of comparison. So I don't hold that against Max any more than Max would hold against me the fact that I'm not Marcellus Wiley, who was his guy. You know, we work well together, we're getting the job done, we're effective, we get along, all of those things are true. But that's not a brotherhood. A brotherhood is different.
So what advice, final question for you, give to me, all these guys here, young professionals about to enter the sports journalism industry?
Well, first of all, you got to be on your grind. If you are looking to take shortcuts, why don't you just give up now? There simply is no excuse to have any kind of laziness about you. This is sports. These are games. You're supposed to love what you're doing. Secondly, try to know as much what you're talking about as possible. Do your homework. Do your research. You're not going to be flawless. You're going to make mistakes, but so what? But by and large, your work, the foundation of everything that you do, needs to be based upon something with substance. If you're talking radio, television, or writing for a newspaper or what have you, you got to have an idea what the hell the information is. Have a clue about what people want to know about or what people want to hear from you about. And then let that guide you. It's not about you, it's about what your audience wants and whether or not you have the goods to deliver to them. Too many people are in this business and they're thinking about what they want to take from it, what they want to give to it. It's not about that. It's about defining who your audience is, what they want, and engaging whether or not you have the ability to give it to them. And then after that, are you willing to do it? And that's the key. I'm Stephen A. Smith. I kind of know what my audience wants. And I kind of know what they expect from me. So when I show up on the air every day, I show up hell-bent on giving them and delivering what you expect. I'll end it by just saying this. All of you are sitting here listening to me right now, talking to me right now. What if I came before you right now and I literally was like this? I'm okay. It's all right. Life is good. How are you? Y'all would be like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? That's not the Stephen A. Smith we know. You know, there's an expectation that comes with being me and being in the position that I'm in. And it's my job to deliver on that. You have to remember that by virtue of choosing this profession, you have a clue as to what the audience out there is looking for, what they want, and what they expect from you. You have to ask yourself, do you know what that is? And are you willing to give it to them? Because if the answer is no, then you're in the wrong business.
Stephen, thank you so much. Appreciate you joining us.
Thank you.
I'm Jack Aylmer here with Stephen A. Smith. Thanks for watching Emerson Channel Sports.